Hello and welcome back to AviGaming. So today we're going to be playing The Forest of Doom. I've been having the itch to play more choose your adventure games on my channel, and this one looked pretty promising. So without further ado, let's play The Forest of Doom. The Forest of Doom is a fighting fantasy game book, an interactive adventure in which you are the hero. You can only win by choosing the correct path, finding equipment, avoiding traps, and surviving combat. Before embarking on your adventure, you must determine your own strengths and weaknesses with a series of dice rolls. Oh, so this is very D&D-like. That's excellent. You have in your possession a sword, some leather armor, and a pack containing provisions, food, and drink for the trip. You have been preparing for this quest by training yourself in swordplay and exercising vigorously to build up your stamina. You have chosen the Adventurer difficulty mode. Before continuing, you must calculate your initial stamina. Your stamina scores reflect your general constitution, your will to survive, your determination, and your overall fitness. The higher your stamina score, the longer you will be able to survive. You must roll 2 dice and add 12 to the number rolled. This is then entered into the stamina box in your adventure sheet. Stamina will go up and down during your journey, but if your stamina falls below 0, you die and your adventure is over. If your stamina is getting low, remember to eat some of your provisions! Roll your starting stamina. Next, determine your skill. Okay, so we're rolling. Let's get right into it. Ooh! Damn, that's not great, but I guess it could have been worse. So now we need to determine our skill. Your skill reflects your swordsmanship and general fighting expertise. The higher, the better. Your starting skill is determined by rolling 1 die and adding 6 to the number. This is then entered into the skill box on your adventure sheet. Roll your starting skill. Oh geez, here we go. What are we gonna get? We got a 1. Oh my god. We're getting like the worst rolls. Next, we need to determine our luck. Well, if it's gonna go anything like my rolls, it's gonna be a 1. Your luck score indicates how naturally lucky a person you are. I think I understand how luck works, but we'll read anyway. Luck and magic are facts of life in the fantasy kingdom you are about to explore. Your starting luck is determined the exact same way as the last one. Let's roll. What are we gonna get? Jeez, these things keep popping up. Stop it. 3. Okay. That's better than my skill, apparently. So now we must choose a potion to take with us. So in addition to your other starting equipment, you may take 1 bottle of a magical potion which will aid you on your quest. You may choose to take a bottle of any of the following. So we can take a potion of skill, strength, or fortune. Our skill is insanely low, so why don't we take skill? Let's do that. Once you have selected a potion, then you may begin. May the luck of the gods go with you on the adventure ahead. You are an adventurer, a sword for hire, and have been roaming the northern borderlands of your kingdom. Having always spurned the dullness of the village life, you now wander the lands in search of wealth and danger. Despite the long walks and the rough outdoor life, you are content with your unknown destiny. The world holds no fear for you, as you are a skillful warrior, well practiced in the art of slaying evil men and beasts with your trusty sword. I find it interesting that they're instantly giving us a sword saying we're a warrior. I'm surprised we're not able to actually pick our class type. But alas, we must continue. Not once since the last 10 days, since entering the northern borderlands, have you set eyes upon another person. This does not worry you at all, as you are happy with your own company and enjoy the slow sunny days. Hunting, eating, and sleeping. It's evening, and having feasted on a dinner of rabbit spit roasted on an open fire, you settle down to sleep beneath your sheepskin blanket. There's a full moon, and the light sparkles on the blade of your broadsword, skewered into the ground by your side. You gaze at it, wondering when you will have to wipe the blood of some vile creature from its sharp edge. These are strange lands, inhabited by weird and loathsome beasts, goblins, trolls, and even dragons. As the flame of your campfire gently dies, you begin to drift to sleep, and images of screaming, green-faced trolls flicker through your mind. Whenever I have to switch the page and the sentence not quite over, there's no nice way to do that. Suddenly, in the bushes to your left, you hear a loud crack of a twig breaking under a clumsy foot. You leap up and grab your sword from the ground. You stand motionless but alert, ready to pounce on your unseen adversary. Then you hear a groan, followed by the dull thud of a body falling to the ground. Is it a trap? Slowly, you walk over to the bush where the noise is coming from and carefully pull back the branches. You look down to see a little old man with a great bushy beard, his face contorted with pain. You crouch down to remove the iron helmet covering his bald head and notice 2 crossbow bolts protruding from the stomach of his plump, chainmail-clad torso. Picking him up, you carry him over to the fire and stir the dying embers to life. After covering him with the sheepskin blanket, you manage to get the old man to drink a little water. He coughs and moans. He sits up rigid, his eyes staring fixedly ahead, and starts to shout. I'll get him! I'll get him! Don't you fear, Gellibrand. Bigleg is coming to bring you the hammer. Oh yes, indeed I am. Oh yes. The dwarf, whose name you presume to be Bigleg, is obviously delirious from the poison-tipped bolts lodged into his stomach. You watch as he slumps down again to the ground, then whisper his name into his ear. His eyes stare unblinkingly at you as he again starts to shout. Ambush! Look out! Ambush! Ugh! The hammer! Take the hammer to Gellibrand! Save the dwarfs! His eyes half close, and the pain seems to ease a little, and as the delirium subsides, he speaks to you again in a low whisper. Help us, friend. Take the hammer to Gellibrand. Only the hammer will unite our people against the trolls. We were on our way back to Darkwood in search of the hammer, ambushed by the little people. Others killed. The map in my pouch. It will take you to my home of Yazdromo, the master mage of these parts. He has great magics for sale to protect you from the creatures of Darkwood. Take my gold. I beg you to find the hammer and to take it to Gellibrand. Oh, my lord of Stonebridge, you will be well rewarded. Bigleg opens his mouth to start another sentence, but nothing comes out except his last dying breath. You sit down and ponder Bigleg's words. Who is Gellibrand? Who is Yazdromo? What's all the fuss about this dwarvish hammer? You reach over to the still body of Bigleg and remove the pouch from the leather belt around his waist. Inside you find 30 gold pieces and a map. Jingling the coins in your hand, you think of the possible rewards which may await you just for returning a hammer to a village of dwarves. You decide to try and find the hammer in the Darkwood Forest. It's been a few weeks since your last good battle, and what's more, you are likely to be well paid for this one. With your mind made up, you settle down to sleep, having taken the sheepskin blanket from poor Bigleg. In the morning, you bury the old dwarf and gather up your possessions. You examine the map, look up to the sun, and find your bearings. Whistling merrily, you head off south at a good pace, eager to meet this man, Yazdromo, and see what he has to offer. Now turn over. Oh, that's like a tough biker bird with a mohawk, holy shit! He's a cool guy, he's gonna cause some trouble, some ruckus. What? Suddenly I'm surrounded by a bunch of unkempt pigeons!